is going on, YouTube? PPS here. It is past the prop time. We're coming at you guys for this pretty nice Monday slate. We got a pretty full games, full of action here. All of them starting at 6, which is kind of nice, right? But kind of sucks with no midday baseball. But it's going to be full ball going right at it, right when it starts. Every single game. I think there's like 5 or 6 starting in that early game slot, and then that obviously goes all the way till tonight. Joined as always by my guy Stu. What's good, my man?
Nothing much, had a busy weekend, was away from the computer screen, ended luckily on some good Friday night summer league wins, and had some stuff to take care of. Pretty rough weekend, but hey, we're looking to bounce back. We got a great slate, like you said, a lot of surprisingly good names. There's a lot of storylines on today's slate. I mean, I've already seen Gambling Twitter has picked a couple heavy favorites already, so definitely excited to hear what you're on today, and obviously all the questions from everybody as well, because good stuff today.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We're going to be, like I said, loaded with games here. Kind of funny. We do have a similar play, which always is funny when you look at a slate like this one, where it's this full, that we kind of have a similar play. So obviously that makes me I like it even more. Let's take a look at this slate overall in general. I mean, dude, we can go everywhere, man. Both. I know your team's in action today. My Brewers are taking it off. Heads up, we'll be at the game most likely next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, they're playing the Reds, I believe. No, Braves. They're playing the Braves. They're coming to town. So I don't know if I want to put my life on the line for that one. I know you guys know at this point last year, I think I lost twice, and I went to like 12 games. This year, I think we lost 1. And we're at 5-1 so far this year in games that I've attended. So, damn, dude, they're gonna probably be pretty heavy dogs against the Braves, but just thought I'd give that out before you're old.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the heads up, but yeah, you might want to play your cards a little bit safer for that one. Maybe that's a run line instead of a money line or something right there, because yeah, probably looking at what, plus 200, something like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping it depends who's throwing. I didn't even check who's like the probables for next Tuesday yet, but. Yeah, it'll be cool to see Acuna in person though and watch him play there. But yeah, should be fun. Let's take a look. I believe it's kind of up to some people. I know on DraftKings they did let it slide through. I think FanDuel might have voided yours from last time with the recap from last time. Rays obviously won. I mean, that was the free square. This is like 50-50 on who actually had this count, because I know a suspended game. Some books don't count it, some do. So. We might have got a push on this one, depending on your book.
Yeah, no, that was obviously the Rays coming through. It was the very easy part. But yeah, the suspended games, all this rain, I don't know if you've been getting killed by it, but over here on the East Coast, I mean, I've been getting absolutely destroyed by rain, both in my personal life and in my betting life. So hopefully, yeah, I don't know. I got to check my book ruling on this one. But yeah, obviously suspended game after the second inning is not fun for betting.
Hey, well, you didn't have this one. This one hurt me bad. Corbin Burns sets the record this year for strikeouts at 13. 13 Ks. Brewers don't score until obviously the top of the 6th. They've done that to me multiple times. Wait till the first 5's over, and then they score. So, yeah. I mean, they got to give me like half credit. I know I talk about it in my group sometimes. Like, you should give me half credit for that shit, because it's literally the next half, bro. It's so annoying. But shout out Burns for just absolutely mowing down the Reds. Again, I should have just went with the earned runs. It was at 1.5. Scared me a little bit being in Cincy. But yeah, I should have definitely rolled with that one over it, because my God, he looked phenomenal in that start. And of course, I'm playing him in fantasy this week, so it's every single time that somebody's playing me, they just go crazy.
Yeah, no, obviously, I mean, too, it hurts when you have one of these bets where you got the guy and you got the pitcher and you get that part right and it's 0-0 or the offense isn't doing anything and you're like, God damn, we got, the 13 strikeout outing almost for nothing, but that's the betting gods for you right there.
Yeah, and then I believe we should have definitely looked weather there. I know that was one of the highest rated weather spots of the day. Ball was just flying there. Cody Bellinger putting on a performance again, dude. He's been hot.
Yeah, we lost to 2 Bellinger home runs and an infield hit from Horner. It was very unfortunate. I thought it was gonna lose on the hook, and then Belly hit the other home run, and it was over. But But yeah, thankfully, losing on an infield single would have very much sucked. So at least another homer kind of put me out of my misery right there.
And Barrios comes through for your boy here. Barrios comes through, and I know nobody wanted to roll with my boy Ryan Nelson, but Ryan Nelson did his job. I think he only gave up 1 run. Was awesome. He did really, really well. But then the game just imploded after. It ended up going I think it ended up giving 11 or 12 runs in the game. But hey, starting pitchers did their job. Barrios kept the ball down, kept it in the park. So that one did come through there. And yeah, we're heading on into today's slate. We can move on here. Stu, where do you want to go today? What's the game first? We're going to do that one and underdogs here since we're going to be in the same game for a couple.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll say we're going Rays Rangers, 2 of the best starting pitchers in the league, baby. We got Shane McClanahan and as you know, past the prop favorite, legend at this point, Dane Dunning, with a 2 ERA so far this year. Not sure who predicted that one. If you did, come get your flowers. But I mean, I think that stands out. 2 obviously the best offenses in the league. For me, it was really interesting from a betting perspective because I was hoping this was in Tampa Bay because I kind of wanted to fade Dane Dunning. Obviously has been a lot better at home. Both of these teams are great home hitting teams, 2 of the best teams in the league. Excited to see them square off. And yeah, I want to see if my guy, can Dane Dunning keep it going? Because no one's betting on the Rangers tonight, right? Is anyone doing that? I mean, the Rays are minus. Oh, okay. I was gonna say the Rays are minus 120 with McClanahan on the mound. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. I guess
you'll hear from me. It's one of my plays here. We'll be talking. So, no, I've been really good on when to fade Dunning and when to play him, and we'll be talking about it. Don't worry. You don't spoil my stuff too much here because I will be specifically talking about that game. Where it's kind of funny that you brought that up because that's literally gonna be my first play of the day. So won't jump into that yet. But what I like on today's slate, I mean, there's so many games that are minus 130 to plus 110s, right? You got Kansas City, Detroit, obviously the game you just talked about. I'm going to Miami. I think Miami Cardinals is going to be my game that I choose. I really like that game. I'm curious how Luzardo heads into St. Louis and how he does. He's obviously been phenomenal this year. This is going to be a fun matchup. And, dude, I just love backing Jesus Luzardo. This guy has been so good to me this year. Have him in almost every one of my best ball teams, on my fantasy team. And, sometimes you pick the right guy, and luckily he's been just absolutely on one lately, man. So hopefully he continues. I'll be talking about him in a little bit as well. And I guess we can head on into our favorite dogs because usually that's like one of the big questions we usually get on here. We can make that a portion of the show here. Stu, what do you think about? Where's the team that you're going to for an underdog today?
It's interesting because there aren't a lot of heavy dogs on the slate. You know what I mean? It's a lot of kind of pretty even, pretty close numbers. So when I kind of narrow it down a little bit, I'm not going against my guy Logan Webb right here. Even though he is on the road, I can see how that would be a little bit more appealing. For me, I'll pick probably the most unpopular one. I don't understand why everyone in the world is betting on, or I do understand it, but I'll take the Royals as my favorite underdog today. I mean, everyone's just posting Jordan Lyles' record and then going, oh, yeah, Tigers, easy money. But I mean, this Tigers lineup isn't the strongest in the world, but I know, once again, it's easy to make this argument. Obviously, they're coming off the combined no-hitter from Manning last time he was out there. They've got Riley Green, some of these names back. I see how it's very easy to build this argument, but at the end of the day, Jordan Lyles is still like a fine innings eater, like subpar pitcher, and it's not like I'm scared of anything the Tigers are throwing out on their side, especially when you go over to Baseball Savant and take a look at what Matt Manning's page is actually looking like. No chases, no whiffs, hard contact, barrel rate. It's all there. So I think that could be a surprising spot today, and I don't think any single person is going to agree with me. So sorry about that, but I like the Royals.
I might actually play your Nationals if I'm going to take a dog at plus 130. I mean, there's not really any of them that are outside of plus 120s, right? You're not seeing anybody too crazy like that. But, I mean, talent-wise, Mackenzie Gore's got it. Obviously, you just got to hope that it's one of his games. He's had blow-up starts recently, which kind of have hurt his recency bias stuff, right, that everybody's kind of heading away from him. So I would definitely take the Nationals, whether it's the run line or money line. I would probably prefer the money line since it's kind of juicy with the it was like minus 150 or something on the run line. So I just play them straight. I'm not a huge fan of this Cubs bullpen. I do like, obviously, the top of this order. Bottom of this order is kind of gross now for the Nationals, but a lot of variables in this game. Both teams are not very good, really not fighting for much, and I think it's just getting it from the Wrigley factor. Because if this is in Washington, I bet you this is like a plus 110, plus 105. So.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that too, but I don't think I'm not like you guys would have shit on me, I feel like, if I said the Nationals. So, I went away from that, but it's realistic. We're okay against lefties, and this is a good lefty spot right here. We'll be talking about a National a little bit as well. If you watch the show, you might be able to guess already. But yeah, interesting slate. You don't actually get too many because when you said the underdogs thing, I instantly wanted to look at all the odds, and everyone's plus 110 today. You normally get a lot of drastic differences. So at least we got a lot of close games.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And we can head right into it. And I'll kick it over to you for your first one. It's kind of funny. Like I said, we kind of have a similar play here today. So I'll let you take it away, and then I'll give my 2 cents here on half of this.
Yep, we went with Lane Thomas and Luis Arraez, both to record a hit, minus 128. These are two of my most bet on guys all season long. It might actually be 1 and 2 with Lane Thomas in the number 1 hole, although he's not hitting in the number 1 hole in the Nationals lineup anymore. He's actually in the number 2 hole. Shout out to CJ Abrams, who's been absolutely killing it up in that 1 hole. You know it from a fantasy perspective, obviously. I even ranted about him last show, and he's stolen like 4 bases since then. So let's keep up the good work, buddy. I love the aggression right there, trying to cash my futures tickets. What we love about Lane Thomas is he's going up against a left-handed pitcher in Smiler here. 374 average on Lane Thomas against left-handed pitching on the season. That is something that has stayed consistent. As someone that's bet on these hit parlays for the last couple of years, you do see these guys get off to hot starts and slowly deteriorate back down. Okay, now he's 300, now he's 290, Thomas hasn't done that. He's stayed incredibly consistent all year long. And to be honest, as a Nationals fan, I'm pretty surprised. I thought this might have been just a hot start, something like that. It seems like the approach is legitimately there, and he's been killing lefties. So hitting 25 of his last 28 starts against a left-handed pitcher. That is pretty insane. That obviously doesn't account for even some of these starters where it's just a 1 or 2 inning thing, and then the right-handed bullpen as well. Super consistent. I love it. The road numbers are actually pretty good recently too, hitting over 300 against lefties on the road as well. Just love the consistency. And Luis Arraez, I bet on him last time he played against Mikolas. I love the matchup right there. Contact hitter versus contact pitcher, 123 hits allowed in 111 innings pitched so far this year. It's just one of those situations where Arraez is so ungodly consistent in this market. If I can get him at just somewhat of a reasonable price, especially with a guy like Lane Thomas that I love today, I'll pull the trigger. I know it's a little juicier than you'd like, but obviously make sure you're line shopping for the best one. I've been using Pickett Sports a lot recently. Actually, we have code PTP if you want to get over there, get some free money. Their line shopping on these hit parlays it's insane. Like, it's absolutely insane. It's been really good. They've updated it really well recently. So quick shout out to them for getting the best price on this. Love this combo. Let's cash.
Yeah, it's hard to go away from your boy here. Obviously, shout out CJ Abrams. And also, I got to get my one rant in. Obviously, I always have to have a rant. And it's at Yahoo Sports, bro. Yahoo doesn't know how to score anything, bro. They're so bad. They are so bad. They had that suspended game, bro. Mm-hmm. CJ Abrams comes back in that second half of that suspended game, 2 stolen bases and 3 RBIs, and they didn't give it to him yet. They don't even know how to put it in. So it still has him 0 for 1 for Friday. And since it doesn't count as a technical doubleheader because they're playing that one, they haven't even given it to me yet. And, like, this is a 2-week one, so I should be hopefully getting it. But, man, dude, Yahoo might be just it's getting the shaft, man. This is 4 days, bro. What takes you 4 days to do your updating? Like, this is absolutely terrible, dude. I probably won't play on there anymore. How do you not know how to score? Like, 2 stolen bases, and this is huge. Like, that's huge. And he got them both. And got 3 RBIs, and it doesn't count for myself because it still says he's 0 for 0. So, so there's my rant.
I'll send a quick prayer for the Yahoo support staff if they don't end up fixing this tonight. You're going to be getting a lot of angry emails, okay? So good luck if you're watching right now.
It's not even – you should – if you ever want something funny, you ever want to see something funny, is go on to, like – so if you – I don't know if it lets you if you don't have a team, but I think if you go into it and just like a random one, you'll be able to click on the player. And then it has like a chat portion. Mm-hmm. So go into that chat and just look at what people are saying for CJ Abrams right now, dude. It is hilarious. These guys are getting ripped to shreds. And I'm just reading it. I'm like, oh my God. I care, but I don't care enough to like chat about it.
Uh-huh.
I care enough to like talk shit on them because figure it out. But dude, these people are like Yahoo works a bit. Well, like they're going in on these guys, so I hope they read that because oh my god, it is comedy, dude. Just imagining what these people, how they say it, all this, it's hilarious. But yeah, just had to get that in because yeah, CJ Abrams went ham in the second half of that game. And definitely, put that in the stat sheet.
And letting all those guys do the hard work for you too.
Yeah, they're gonna do it for me. So I'm gonna be going with the same thing here. Arraez hit, obviously. You hit on that one pretty well. Obviously, I mean, dude's batting 380. I saw we went 0 for 5 last night. His last one, I believe, was over 100 exit velo with like a expected batting average of like 600 on a line out. So expected him to get a hit there, but when do you see this guy go back-to-back offers? It's really hard to see. Obviously, you got Michaelis, who's not going to miss bats. Also giving up a 314 on base percentage to lefties, and also 277 average. Also, he's way worse at home. Again, 284 at home versus 260 batting average on the road. We got my boy Jesus Luzardo. I know this is a scary spot. It is for me as well. I've been back in Jesus until I blew in the face, man, when he is at home. This is one of my first or second times playing him on the road here. Cardinals against lefties, 26% K rate. Luzardo obviously has elite stuff. 33% of lefties he is striking out, 28% of righties. I really just like to see the walk rate and how much better it is now. He's only walking 2% of left-handed batters. He's walking 7% of righties. That is much, much better than these last couple of years where that's been his biggest issue, right? Is his inability to keep the ball in the strike zone. He's got good enough stuff to get anybody out. And obviously, we look at him on the road. He's got a 4.9% walk rate, which is great. His FIP is lower than, or his xFIP is lower than his FIP. Obviously, that means you expect a little bit more positive regression there. But I mean, we look at it. We talk about how good he is at home with a 31% K rate. He's still got a 26% on the road here. If they put Newt Bar in the 3-hole like they have, you put a couple other of those lefties in that lineup, and you get a 33% K rate on those guys. Obviously, still good enough stuff to get out righties as well. He's got a 51% whiff rate on his slider, which is absurd. 37 on his changeup. Obviously, he uses those against both sides of the plate, which a lot of pitchers don't. And I expect him to just mow these guys down, hit this in 4 straight. One of them against this Cardinals team, one of these against Boston, and then one of them against Philly, right? So, he's not playing scrubs. He even did against the Angels a month and a half back. So, it's not playing bad teams. Still getting it done. And I'm thinking he's going to do it again tonight.
Yeah, no, I love this spot right here. Obviously, Luzardo, you mentioned the home. You like having that extra cushion in Miami with the big ballpark right there with the kind of pitcher he is. But you said it, the nasty stuff, the whiff rates, put away percentage, swinging strike rate. It's all very, very elite for a guy like Luzardo. He's someone that I heard hyped up by like you and a couple other people, John, that I respect a lot in the industry. So I've definitely been enjoying cashing on those strikeouts. So like you said, the only problem is, the road split's a little bit worse. You could run into a little bit of power right here, but I like the spot right here. I think he gets it done, whether or not he has a deep outing right here. Obviously, love guys that have potential to get the 6Ks really, really early. And Arraez, I already laid out my case as well. Definitely love that spot.
Yeah, no, it's tough to say anything bad about Luzardo over these last couple of months. I kind of hope that he figures it out because he's electric, man. He's electric when he's on. Same thing with Braxton Garrett. They have a couple of really nice young guys over there. With Yuri as well, who for some reason is in the minor leagues, which is fucking nuts. But hey, well, that's for a different time there. So NBA props bringing up that they're on his list for plays there. It's tough to get away from Arraez today, man, in a spot where he's not going to strike anybody out. Miles Michaelis doesn't walk guys either, so it's tough. It's tough to get away from him today. And the price I thought would be, we're not really ever saying that minus 390 is a good price, but man, it kind of is.
When you're that consistent and when you have that good of a matchup too, it's kind of like a dual pronged thing, right? It is what it is. We love them today. And yeah, it does feel like value after a while, especially when you see him at minus 500 some days too. And you're like, okay, well, that's insane. So.
Yeah, no, hopefully we are. Oh yeah, happy British Open. And we might have to make a thing there for that. For when it's closing at Wednesday at 11 p.m. So we might have to do that. If we're going to do a contest there for Wednesday. But it's time to get to plays 3 and 4. We got 25 of you guys in here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're coming at plays 3 and 4 for you guys. can't believe I'm seeing this line at all, dude. I can't believe you see a 1.5 on Yoshida.
Okay, well, you stole my opening line. I mean, this line got posted like 25 minutes before the show started, that there weren't anything up because of Boston's lack of starting pitcher, despite the fact that Blackburn was announced. I've been waiting for these props all morning, but Yoshida over 1. I agree. I was fully expecting 2.5. Like, I was fully expecting, and then, okay, 1.5 minus 190, you have to parlay it with something like that. Once I saw minus 140, I was thinking maybe I'll wait, try to get 35 on MGM, because MGM always waits 30 minutes later and posts a line 5 cents lower, if you want a little life hack right there. But I didn't feel like missing this number right here. Had to jump on it. This is one of the this is the hottest hitter in baseball right now. I mean, Arraez, I love the guy, but Yoshida's number over the last month, 417 in the month of July, 342 over his last, 30 games right here. And when you look at it too, the craziest thing, he came into the All-Star break with that 2-hit streak, right? He came in, you're thinking, okay, you're going to cool off. The guy jumps back in and looks exactly the same. And then you look at the matchup right here. We have one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Who is he facing? Blackburn is getting some credit, and I don't have anything against him. He's definitely a solid pitcher. I do think being the best pitcher on a shitty team gets you a little unnecessary bump that you don't really need. I mean, the stats are fine. He's a pretty solid pitcher, but 317 OBA against left-handed hitters versus a lineup that you really don't want to have that again. This is a stacked lefty lineup. You got to go Duran, you got to go Yoshida, you got to go Devers. The whole start of this Verdugo as well. Casas is actually hitting homers now. This is a scary offense. You have so much hits, runs, RBIs potential. This is like the perfect bet for him, right? Because I love so many guys that are hitting around him in this lineup. Like I said, Blackburn, the 317 opponent batting average to lefties. You want to look into the numbers, look why. The off-speed pitches are his better pitches. He's not really getting to them. The number 1 and the number 2 pitch he's throwing against left-handed batters is the cutter and the four-seamer. 407 OBA versus the four-seamer, and then 345 against the cutter. So he can't even get to those off-speed pitches deeper in the lineup that are actually pretty solid, because he's stuck with these terrible fastballs that are getting crushed by lefties. So love this spot right here. I like I like the Red Sox a lot today. I saw they were only minus 160, and I almost just kind of bet that straight up. But I'm waiting for, a little bit more information on their pitching, stuff like that. But I love Yoshida. I love this offense. I was thinking about playing the team total. I think they get the job done today.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe he was at 1.5. I haven't seen that in weeks. You don't see that very often. Obviously, have the Rookie of the Year ticket on him. Hopefully, he continues to do his thing there. And I'm playing him in fantasy this week. That's big, because he had 6 RBIs on me last time. It doesn't really matter. I got Bellinger on my team, so he ended up getting me like 12 ribbies over the last 5 games. So we're sitting all right in that category. But always a heads up, because if I'm playing them, dude, they're probably doing well. My team's good, man, but I just play. Everybody goes off on me, so definitely a guy you want to back if he's playing me as well. I'm going to a plus money spot, and I'm going Rangers first 5 at plus 100. I wanted to play their run line, but it's minus 130. I mean, I can't do that. I'd rather take the push just to have that 35. I just hate playing that, because I saw it, and I'm like, oh, man. By the time it gets here, dude, that shit's going to be minus 140, 145. And it's going to keep moving, because everybody's going to start actually looking at this game and not just the starting pitching, right? The Rangers, number 2 in the MLB against left-handed pitching. You look at Shane McClanahan, he's been okay. Obviously winning a ton of games, right? I think he's leading the MLB in wins. But the last 2 outings, right, he's kind of had that injury bug. And that's obviously important for me, seeing this is his first game back since that 4-run outing he gave up against Seattle. You look at him against Texas earlier this year, he gave up 3 runs in that one. Only 4 hits, though. Isn't that crazy? He just doesn't give up that many hits. I wanted to play 4.5 hits so bad, but dude's been walking dudes like crazy. His walk line's at 1.5 minus 140, so I didn't want to play that. Right? It's just like they're playing around with me. But I'm going to just roll with the Rangers here. Dane Dunning, obviously a guy that I do want to fade in the future. I do want to fade him. You guys know this. I will do it at some point. But I don't think this is the spot. I'm going to fade him on road games, right? We just saw him get blown up against Washington. He did have a pretty good start in the start before that, though, on the road, when he went over to Boston and shoved on those guys. So I don't know how he's doing it. Obviously, he's got a very good barrel percentage at 7%, moving the ball up and down the zone, sinker, cutter, really not getting the swings and misses. But when you're getting off barrels, that's huge, especially against this Rays team, who obviously is full of power. I'm more back in this Rangers offense in this spot. I think they're going to be really tough on the guy coming right back off that injury. Lower back tightness as a pitcher, that's like one of the worst things you could possibly have. That and oblique. I feel like everybody's going to be betting on the Rays here. So I would probably wait. I would wait like an hour, 2 hours before I bet this spot. Unfortunately for us, we're on a show, so we have a strict time. And this is the line they're giving me right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see this at plus 110, plus 115. I'm just backing this Rangers offense, bro. Man, lefty here. Heim, obviously really good from the right side. It's a spot we always like to go to him. And obviously Semien Seager hits so well against lefties. When we look at McClanahan, dude, he's actually given up 260 batting average to lefties. He just doesn't face that many. You're going to see Nate Lowe. You're going to see Seager at the top. You got so much power there in Adolis, and obviously the top hitting home team in the MLB too, which is always nice to have them at home. And for all my guys out there, I know there's a lot of trends guys, right? There's a lot of guys out there that love trends. The Rangers, if you just blindly bet them at home, first five, right? Just their first five line, you're up $782, 29-11. They are at home in the first five with 5 ties. These dudes are wagons at home, and I don't want to get in front of that. Even if it's against Shane McClanahan, I understand the Rays are number 3 on that list at home, but they are 21-16 on the road there, which you'd be surprised when a team that won, 24 to 25 first games, right? To see that they're not that good in the first 5 on the road. They're actually, you'd be down money if you bet them on the first 5 there every time. So trends, guys, I know you love them. I'm not a huge trends guy, but it just shows you this team is an absolute wagon at home, and I'm not going to get in front of them, even if it is with Shane McClanahan.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, that's not one of those, like, that's barely a trend. You're more using that to show that this is a team that constantly wins at home. You're not staking your argument on this. That's a little toss in at the end. And that's how trends should be used. At least you're not throwing in, 2 days after they had yellow Gatorade, they're, over 500, blah, blah, blah. I love this spot. I mean, I'm super excited to watch this game. Like I said, I have no bets on it. I picked it for my favorite game of the day because I looked at it this morning and it was minus 110, right? For, the Rangers, for the other side. Then I look back, minus 125 an hour later. I'm sure it'll get worse and worse. And it's very easy to see why, right? McClanahan, Dunning, there's a clear difference in name value right here. Like I said, too, I was hoping Dunning was on the road. I really was. When I clicked the little ESPN tickets button to see which ballpark this was in, I was really hoping it was. But he has been lights out, as has this offense been lights out. We know the Rays offense has been a little bit worse on the road as well. I'm excited to see this game. Should be a good one. Let's see if Dane Dunning can keep it moving.
Just because I'm looking at all these trends and stuff, I'm going to tell you right here, I just found this is just hilarious to me. They give you a top 10 most profitable and least profitable first 5 guys. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at the top 5. Guess who's in for both? Dane Dunning and Shane McClanahan are both in the top 5 and most profitable first 5 pitchers. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Dane Dunning, if you bet him, he's 8-2-2 in his first 5 record. He would make you $516 if you bet him blindly when they played. Shane McClanahan 13-1-3, right? But obviously you have to know too, this is just betting them straight money line. This isn't betting them with their run line there. So if this run line does get to like minus 120, I will be playing that as well. I'll play both probably because I'm hoping people just look at, hey, McClanahan's throwing against Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning's crap. Let's fade him. But hopefully we get some people just hammering that late in the day, and we get to just grab that plus money spot.
And just before we move on to real quick, what was the deciding factor between full game and first 5 for you, right? Because I know we mentioned the injury thing. What if McClanahan were to just go like 4? Do you think you're maybe missing out on some bullpen potential right there? Or are you just more scared of the Texas bullpen too?
Rangers bullpen is bad for me, dude. They've been bad for me. I want to see how it goes with Chapman. I need a little bit more like data there because obviously Chapman did get his first save for these guys. But they have Will Smith and him at the back. So I don't mind the back. But, both these bullpens are scary to me. It's just I want it done early. I want the variables out of there because, I mean, if we do see McClanahan go for, 4 innings, I bet they're just going to throw 1-inning guys, right? They're just going to bring in guys throwing upper 9s. I know they haven't been great this year, but you're going to bring dudes that are just going 1 inning. It's tough to get your timing on guys for 1 inning. And if they're just going to keep rotating through, I'd rather them just face McClanahan. I know he's phenomenal. His changeup is one of the best in the game, but I think I'd rather just play the first 5, and especially with the Rangers here coming in at home. It's McClanahan off of this injury, first start back. Don't want to give the Rays any more time to catch up.
No, I agree. That'll be a good one. That'll be sharing the big screen with the NBA Summer League Finals tonight, baby. That's a big honor right there.
There's a final for it? I thought they just played for fun.
No, although there have been the last 2 days of consolation games.
Yeah. So okay. So they're all for fun.
No, this is the final though. There is a real final too. Just there also were fake for fun games as well, which I was not betting on, to be clear.
Oh God, that's so bad. All right. NBA props talking about your Yoshida line, 2 hits in 9 of his last 10. Yeah, he's been phenomenal. You got to target him. Yeah, dude, I agree, Dimitro. I agree. I'm really hoping that he struggles out of the gate. I hope he finds it. I like McClanahan. I like his stuff. I like him as a pitcher. So hopefully he finds it towards the end. Hopefully they're already down 3-0. He can have 14 Ks after that, for all I care. But just give up a couple nukes early and let Dane Dunning cook, huh? Up to plus 102 on FanDuel. Hey, we'll take that. If you want to go over there, that's fine. It was weird because before I got on show, it was plus 100 DK and it was like minus 104 on FanDuel. So we start seeing that money already start coming on that side. Run line was minus 135 on DK, 138 on FanDuel. So it looks like it is switching. So just another spot. We always appreciate you guys dropping that on here. Obviously, we are checking the books as they're moving on show here. So it's always nice to have that readily available there for us to look at. Stu, let's go through our quick recap here. We're about 32 minutes in. Let's go through that recap, and then I don't know if you have a long shot yet, but we can figure it out.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, baby. We got Luis Arraez and Lane Thomas both to record a hit. That is minus 128. And then we went over to my guy Yoshida over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs, minus 140.
Perfect. I'll be on the Rangers first 5 money line plus 100. It's plus 102 right now on FanDuel. Go grab that line. And I'm also playing Arraez, same game parlay with Jesus Luzardo to get 6 strikeouts at minus 118 on FanDuel. Stu, where are you looking today? What is catching your eye for a long shot portion here?
Yeah, no, still early in the day, but I have 2 home run bets. I mean, I could throw them in a parlay, but I don't think you're going to beat 50-1 right here. So far, we got Cody Bellinger to hit a homer. That's plus 600 right now on DK. Then we got Bobby Witt Jr. to hit a homer. That's plus 560 over on FanDuel. Neither of these are very huge bets, but they both did stick out to me pretty quickly as guys that I like for my home run sprinkles today. I mean, when you look at Bobby Witt, the ISO numbers are very, very good in this pitching matchup. 3 for 6 against Manning in his career right there. Like I said, I'm kind of trusting. I haven't officially bet them, but I am thinking about betting the Royals today. I think I might end up doing that. Maybe we'll do a little player performance double, Bobby Witt total bases / money line, something like that. But I did like his numbers were popping to me. Good recent form, just hit a homer last couple of days. I like that. Bellinger, we do have the recent form, that's for sure. His numbers are better against lefties. Mackenzie Gore's numbers are worse against opposing left-handed hitters. That's kind of been his big struggle all year long. He can't really get lefties out. So why not pick and choose Bellinger in a spot that he's hot? Someone shouted out his total bases in my Discord. I like that look. I appreciate you putting me onto that one right there because, yeah, Gore really has struggled against lefties. Bellinger coming in with the good form. Like both these guys a lot today.
Okay. I'm playing around. You know what I'm doing. I'm trying to make something nice. Not gonna be too crazy today. Mine's gonna be right around where yours is. I'd like the plus 600 here for a combo here. And I think this might be the most unpopular bet of the day. To be honest, I don't think anybody's going to take this side. And I'm sure you could probably guess what team I'm taking for a first 5 money line. Give me one guess.
Is it the Reds?
It is the Reds.
Yeah.
I think everybody's gonna be on the other side. I'm gonna take the first 5. Obviously, the Red bullpen. I'm not gonna mess around with that. But I gotta get my ult total over 6.5 first 5, and that's gonna come up to 598.
I'm a Logan Webb supporter too, but I don't hate it. I really don't hate it.
Yeah, and I mean the Giants are probably the hottest team in baseball, right? They've won 5 straight games. They've been phenomenal. dude, you got to travel into Cincinnati. This is a different place to play, man. This is completely different than any other place they've been playing, right? They've been getting a lot of home games. Logan Webb does give up those five. When he does give up those fly balls, you got an extra 30 feet, probably extra 30, 40 feet, right? That you're getting outs. You ain't getting those outs here, right? Reds have been good at home. Obviously, the Brewers just swept them. They faced a guy named Adrian Hauser who did the exact same thing Logan Webb's going to do. So I get it. I feel it, right? Everybody's going to back the Giants. But if you're going to give me plus 140 on the Reds at home here, I mean, I'll take the push, right? Because I'm getting a plus 198 on the other side there with the Angels first five. I like fading Severino. That's definitely a spot I want to be on. Griffin Canning, if he's giving up fly balls with this Yankees lineup, I do not like it. This ball should be flying out in LA today. And I love fading Severino, dude. He's been really good to me when I back the other side. Just got destroyed by the Orioles. This Angels team obviously still without Trout. But obviously Ohtani, another homer last night. We saw him put up 8 runs last night in a loss to the Astros. Definitely a spot I want to go to. I believe they're staying at home as well. So you get them to not have to travel. Yankees obviously are traveling to LA. Big series, right? You get the Yankees versus Shohei, right? Obviously you wish Trout was on the lineup today, but I think that the Reds one is just going a little bit overlooked, man. I might take them as run line for an official. But for a long shot, give me that plus 140, dude. I think everybody in the world's on the Giants right now. And everybody's like, oh, Logan Webb to get a win, Logan Webb to do this, Logan Webb 6 strikeouts. How many times have we seen that happen? And how many times has it actually gone well for people?
Yeah, no, it was when you said guess, I was kind of like, fuck, I think it is the Reds. And then I was like, well, it kind of makes sense because like you said, Logan Webb is so good at home because he really does truly pitch to those park dimensions. He's a guy that still gives up contact. It's mostly soft contact. When you go to a spot like the Reds, where if you hit, what's a fly ball in 80% of ballparks, that could easily go out right here. So even as you were kind of saying it, I was kind of like, oh shit, I actually do kind of like this one too. And I picked, like you said, I think Logan Webb's been at home in each of his last like 3 or 4 starts or like 4 of his last 5, something like that, because I pretty much picked him as like my game of the week every time he started because he's been at home recently. So very interesting. I do like that blow up spot right there.
Yeah, man, dude. I'm going to be paying attention to Twitter today. I'm going to be paying attention to see like what everybody else is doing, seeing if people are going to be, are they going to be all over it? Which I've already seen like 4 or 5 already on Logan Webb and or Giants plays. I haven't seen anyone on the Reds. So, hey, this is a spot. I'm on my island. I'm chilling. I'm hanging out with my boys, Kevin Porter, Geno Smith. We're hanging. Hey, Brandon Williamson, come hang with us, bro. Come hang with us. You can come hang with us. You give me a good start tonight.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. And I mean, too, hopefully gambling Twitter does not make their way to this show today because we've just shit on all the most popular shows. We haven't even mentioned Shohei Ohtani home run at plus 160. That's obviously my lock of the day. But
are you serious?
It's like 240.
Oh, I was going to say, I bet you if you said 200 flat, I would have been like, oh, I believe you.
It was that a couple days ago. Yeah. But I've seen 80 Ohtani you know what I mean? It's one of those days where we're going against the grain and hopefully it goes well for us.
273 to 1. Hey, if anybody's putting $10 on it, throw it on there. You're gonna be buying our first round of merch if that hits. That's gonna be fat, dude. Oh my god, that might break the slate there. But hey, I don't know how Witt's 550 though. That's weird. I always want to just bet on his combo meal, bro, but they don't let you bet on that on FanDuel, unfortunately. So 273 to 1. This might be one of our longest we've had. Out there, so damn. All right, I'm hyped. Stu, what do you got for the people before we head out? 40 minutes in, we went longer than usual. Still got 15 of you guys in here. We appreciate you guys staying with us for this full round here. What do you got for them?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely have another MLB play. I was looking at my guy, Steven Kwan. He almost made the cut for the actual show today, but I'll give that a little teaser for anyone that appreciates it. That'll probably be one of my odds checker articles in some way or another. And then my BMR play of the day will most likely be a summer league spot. We're not getting too many options so far. The whole world's already bet on Cam Whitmore, so I kind of missed that opening right there. But if I can find something I like, then hopefully we'll end the summer league on a great note. I think I'm like something like 7-3 in the summer league or 8-2. Something really good. I have to go back and look. But yeah, Summer League's been amazing, so be on the lookout for that. Got another MLB spot or two. Yeah, let's just keep winning bets.
Yep, I'll have an article out here in the next couple hours. We'll have that out. Stu, I don't know if you've looked. You probably haven't looked. You said you haven't been on there for this past weekend. You got any leans on this course? I got my one guy that I'm probably going to be a little bullish on.
Well, the thing is, I just looked at the odds real quick. I saw my guy Matthew Fitzpatrick fell a little bit lower than expected. Love him at hard courses. Obviously, that'll be a little bit popular this week, but that was a good look. The one guy that I'm gonna fade now that we have a chance, Tommy Fleetwood. Buddy was like 13-1 on a book I looked at this morning on an offshore. That is insane. He was 15-1 on Caesars, which is a legit book too, as well. Not even just the offshores. These prices are insane. He's not better at golf because he's British, just because it's the British. That's not how that works. I know he's great form. Twitter loves him, but Tommy Fleetwood, buddy, at 15-1, we're not doing that. So that's the fade. That's the stay away. The absolutely not going to win of the week right there.
It's funny because you just said him because he's 22-1. I'm taking the other guy who's 22-1. The other guy who's 22-1 is Victor Hovland. I'm going to probably be rolling with him in DFS this week. I don't know if you've seen the layout of this course, but it's fucking weird, dude. Like they have like the TV stuff in the middle of cuts around the part of the course.
Really?
So you need guys who can drive, you need guys who can hit it straight, and you need them to hit it far. So that's pretty much what Victor does. I mean, it's not even going to be. You can't even bet Scheffler at the prices. You can't bet Rory. Like, what fun is that betting 6-1? Come on now, dude. I'd rather throw this first 5 money line with the first 5 over, and I'm getting the same as a guy who's going to fight for 4 days. Come on now. So, yeah, I think Hovland and Hatton in that range would probably be 2 guys I like to go to because insane.
Don't bet Hatton. That's a nice little wording right there.
He's so good. He's consistent, though. I'm playing BFS. I'm not doing.
Okay. Well, Okay. Well, the thing is, he's not going to win. That's the problem, right? You want guys that win tournaments when you bet on people to win tournaments. And Hatton does not win tournaments. He's top 5, top 10. The guy's a mental midget. He freaks out. He has no composure. You can't win a major when you have no composure. You can win the Barbasol. You can win some other, half-ass tournament. You can't win a major when you act the way Tyrrell Hatton plays. I haven't bet this guy in like 3 years in a big tournament. It's for good reason. He melts down. He acts like a little bit of a crybaby. Don't bet Hatton. That's 2 tips for you right there from golf expert Monotone Football, who has not spent a single second looking at this tournament so far.
I'm gonna be fading Stu on this one. It's all right. I've been watching too much damn golf. Went out and played yesterday, probably my best round in a long time. I played out of my ass. But yeah, it was I think I shot like a 91, which is like really, really good for me, like phenomenal for me. So I only lost like 6 balls, so that wasn't too bad. So it was good. It was good. You parlay. Oh man, fuck! I don't want Rory to win that shit, bro. I'm a Rory.
Yeah, that Rory winning would be very. The funny thing is that he did win for the first time in a little bit at like 4 a.m. when nobody was watching too. So we'll see if he can do it under the bright lights. I like betting on guys that can win. To be fair, this isn't a great strategy because I did say the same thing about Victor Hovland like 6 months ago, and then he did win, and I missed out on it because he kept finishing like 3rd. The thing I'll say though is he going to win a major? We'll see what happens. But yeah, I might change all my opinions in the next day. So I got to do some research. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good. Like I said, we'll have more plays out later. If you have more comments, questions, concerns, drop them in the comment section after. We will get to them before Slate locks. We will be back again on Wednesday. Not sure how we're going to do it, if it's going to be early. I know there's like 4 or 5 early games, but I think there's still a full slate at night, so we might be at the noon. Make sure you're just paying attention to Twitter. We should have all that information out for you guys a little bit beforehand. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck tonight, and hopefully we'll get you a sweep on this fun little slate here today on this Monday. So have a good one. Good luck today, and we'll see you Wednesday.